everything's green so far. That's good. I tried to do this yesterday and it immediately was dropping frames, and it's great. Alright. For some reason, I just don't like using Twitch, so I'm gonna go look at the YouTube stream. I love this song. I love all PSU music. It's pretty great. It's all like that perfect, like the equivalent of the Crush 40 soundtrack for Phantasy Star. I can turn on the audio a little bit. Alright. Everything's green so far. We'll just stream a little bit and just kind of see if it's consistent or what. I mean, this is no guarantee that Thursday it will work. But, you know, the dream. Keep the dream alive. Let's give it a shot. Let's see what happens. Alright. I am not very far in this game at all. Unlike the first mission. Also, my dishwasher's going, so if you hear any rumble and grumble in the background, that's my dishwasher. So, enjoy that. I forget if I mentioned, I recorded the podcast and everything, it's going up tomorrow. I forget if I mentioned in there, I decided not to move for now. Just, it didn't make sense financially. I'm on episode 2. I think episode 1 is just Phantasy Star Portable 2. Which is part of why I always was kind of salty that this game didn't come out over here, because I think before even Phantasy Star Portable 2 got released here, I think it had like, it might have been like before even localization was announced. Phantasy Star Portable 2 Infinity was announced for Japan, and they were like, well, we're just gonna bring over Phantasy Star Portable over. I mean, it has to be Nihongo. There's not much of a choice. This is Infinity, so I already played through Phantasy Star Portable 2 already by itself. So I am nowhere near. I don't remember any Japanese from what I did. Also, I am level 5, so we're not going to get very beefy weapons at all. Also, I'm not sure where I need to go. It's the next thing. I'm pretty sure I went to the Little Wing. Let's go back to... So there's this lady named Nagisa, and she fell asleep, and then she woke up. She's a Dooman, which I am also a Dooman. This is I would compare it to like a enhancement over Phantasy Star Portable. I mean, our Portable 2 specifically. Hey, Anthony. Alright, I don't know where Nagisa is. Let's go over here. I would compare it to like a Monster Hunter Ultimate or something like that, or like a G release. Like this is like all this user interface, all these areas are the same as Phantasy Star Portable 2. It's just you know. Yeah, I think I remembered you were either Josh or or Chase. I always forget which one. You guys both show up once in a while, and I think you have similar names, maybe. Let's see, or similar. What's the usernames? I forget what their name is though. But yeah, let's see. Well. This is a quest. Looks like a side quest though, but it says level 5, so we'll see what happens. Yeah. And Roulette Dares is Anthony. Say hello to Anthony, Josh. And Josh, or Anthony to Josh. You guys have a good time in there. You guys are chat buddies now. Enjoy yourself. I don't know, there's something weird about, like, I'm usually used to, like, one person being in my chat, so whenever they, like, start intermingling, I'm like, you guys should get along. I forgot to bring any party members. That's probably pretty great. All right. I think I have. Oh, so it's really weird. So you know, common knowledge. You know, Japanese games use circle for confirmation and X for what's it called? Oh boy. X for cancel, and then, you know, usually for the US they'll switch it around because US people are silly and we don't have it built into our head that circle means confirm. So I'm dead, and now I failed the mission. So what they do in this game is they don't even just switch it for the menus. They literally switch, like, the O or the circle and the X button. Their entire functions are completely swapped between the games. So they didn't even bother to, like, just make it just the menu selecting. It's just every function that is on circle in the US release is on X in the what's it called release. Oh, let me bring a friend. So it's just very, when you've been playing like 4 of these games, it's very very troublesome. Let's see. Party, is this let me add people? Okay. Hey Tim. And then Nagisa is unavailable. So I don't know where Nagisa is. I'll have to figure that out. But I'm sure. So there is a fan translation that's being made for this game. But the let me see. Is there a story quest? No, there's no story quest. Okay. It sounds like it's not anywhere near being complete. It sounds like it's going through some major issues, which, you know, is common of. Oh, it's a beach. A common of a lot of fan translations, I feel like. Oh, is there a guy over there? I thought I saw something standing over there. Here's my little buddy Tim. I named him Tim because my friend Tim showed him to me years ago. Or that character model. He's like a little Shota boy. Oh, he's still alive. Oh, he's dead. Okay. So yeah, and what I've liked so far about this game is that it's actually fairly the early content's been fairly new, or they've mixed in a good amount of new content, which has been nice. But I mean, if you haven't played Phantasy Star Universe, I mean, all this stuff looks pretty similar, I'm sure. This is a new area, though, I think. Yeah, he's a little Shota boy. Most of them are girls. There's also like a butler, but he's got his little hot pants on. I think Phantasy Star Online 2, you can actually make your own partner machinery. Oh, jeez. Oh. This escape dolls aren't as common as they used to be in the series, and if you die, you pretty much just get kicked back to the beginning of the mission. It's pretty it's pretty brutal. I think PSP2 is pretty brutal as well, or like if you die, it's just like, hey, you're done, dummy. I want to do that mission again though. How far did you get in PSO2? I continue to be interested in playing PSO2, except for I continue to not play it. Also, why is this like arrow there? Oh, the mission or the enemies changed. Oh, jeez. Also, like the use item button, because it's on the circle button, is switched. So. I never put the amount of time I've wanted to into Phantasy Star Portable 2. I got like 40 hours in and kind of dropped it after that. It had online play too, so I would have loved to play it online, but it's offline now. Only on Halloween. That's the only event you care about. Okay. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Also, roll is circle, not X. Oh boy. Oh boy. I can't heal. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I got to maybe like level 20 or so, and I think I stopped after that. These guys are light, so I think I'll use dark on them. This is a neat looking level though. I'm pretty sure this wasn't in Phantasy Star Portable 2, or if it was, I think it might have been DLC. I do think there's some Phantasy Star Portable 2 DLC maps I never got. Because I just never got far enough that it mattered. Oh, these guys are ice. Oh boy. I need to not use all my Dimates on accident. I think one thing I never really interacted with enough in these later Phantasy Star games is the chain system. I just never focused too much on building chains. Oh boy. Okay. How I hold swords is weird. Yeah, I was just playing Hunter in PSO2. And I enjoyed it. I'm playing the I forget what this class is. It's like a, I think it's a light weapons but tech class, or the closest to like a Fomar or something like that. That's pretty much every Phantasy Star game. I try to get as close as I can to like a Fomar. The issue being with, you know, Phantasy Star 0 is that a Fomar was kind of different than what a Fomar was in. I don't know what Antidote is. Soru Atomiza. Okay. Oh boy. Oh jeez. Where is that coming from? Is there... Was that him? There's like... Or is that my mag? Or my partner machinery? Oh, my partner is doing that. Okay. Yeah, so you basically build up like the combo, and then like when you use your photon art after that, oh, I'm dead. I'm dead. Oh, when you, there we go. Yeah, and then when you use your photon art, you get a damage boost based off your chain. So this does more damage after I get the chain up, and it's a neat mechanic. But I've never seen it like taken to its limits, I guess. I feel like there's more you could do. I'm running out of Moon Optimizers. I really need Resta or something. Next time I go to town, I should probably buy it. You know what's crazy is that Tim is giving me a defense boost too, and I'm still just like eating it. Alright. But yeah, a friend of mine sent this to me. He got it in Japan for like $1. And it's complete and everything. And so I was like, hey, and I was very not into Phantasy Star Universe originally. I mean, admittedly, the original Phantasy Star Universe is not a, or not the peak of the Phantasy Star brand. I'd say it's actually pretty low. I don't know if light is weak to dark, or I can't remember. Okay, he's fire, so I'm gonna use ice. Oh, do I not have a photon art with this? And I don't know what this mag does. Like, I guess it shoots on its own. Okay. I don't have a photon art with this weapon, though. Whoops. Do I have any other ice weapons? Ice gun. Load that gun in. Load it in. Okay. Ooh. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I feel like Japan might have had a more developed free-to-play market at the time as well, versus the U.S. I don't know if I can get like, you know. But you know, I don't know. Was that like 2012 is when that was, or 2000? I can't remember when that came out. But yeah, I mean, and you know, Sega. I think if Sega were who they were today, they may have localized it. You know, with you know, I feel like they're a lot more open to that stuff. The problem being is that they, and admittedly, I guess there's an Asia version with like a weird English translation. I think just now it doesn't make a lot of sense because you know the people who are playing, there's a structure there for the people who want to play that game, and you're probably not going to be able to get people to leave the Japanese version, and you're probably not going to get like a lot of new people in. Yeah, it just I think it would have, with current day Sega, it probably would have came out, but back then I think Sega was being very conservative. I mean, you just have to look at, you know, what they're doing with the Yakuza series. Like, it was the only reason those Yakuza games were coming out, it sounded like at the time, was due to Sony, you know, doing their list that they had, you know, at the time when they're trying to build all that goodwill with their player base before they're like, screw you guys, because now we're on top and we don't have to worry about you. You know, I think Sony was the ones pushing forward on that stuff. And then, you know, it seemed like after they took an Atlas, that was really the biggest change. You know, so, but yeah, I don't know. But I think the biggest problem I have with Phantasy Star Online 2 is that it's just an endless game. And so, like, as long as it's an endless game, I'm probably going to be pretty hesitant to jump into it, especially since I'm so far behind. I mean, that game is so old at this point that, like, it's literally like 6 episodes worth of content now, I think, at this point. And, you know, I've tried catching up on it. It seems like fire's doing more damage to this guy than... Nice. Oh, this is dangerous. Alright. Dark. I'm really bad at the timing on the charge attacks for this game. Ooh, roll. Is that, what is DFO? Sorry. Yeah, and like how the story's dealt out to you is very strange. It's like, oh boy. It's like you can go watch the cutscenes in like a separate menu or whatever. Yeah, it's just kind of broken up in a way. But I mean, I would like to get back to it and keep going. Dungeon Fighter Online. That is a pretty old game, isn't it? Is that a Korean game, if I recall correctly? Like a Korean free-to-play title? Excuse me. I probably would be into that game if I played it. I enjoyed Closers a lot. Although Closers is pretty... I don't know the right word for it. Super flashy. I might have to figure out if I have any telepipes or something, because I'm out of automates. or just start using more ranged attacks. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I do like you can move and shoot Void in this game. I don't remember if that was in PSP2 or not. Yeah, it's a little 3D. There's like a layer of depth to it, but not it's not like a full 3D game. What is this? Oh my gosh! It's like a Sonic the Hedgehog jump pad or something. Oh. I like Barda, but I can't move while I'm casting it. Ooh. Get away from me. Okay, I have a lot of Dynates. Cool. Yeah, Closer is really nice, and they added they had some really interesting double storyline kind of thing. So you have all the original characters, and they have their own storyline, and then they released a second set of characters, and they actually go through the same areas and everything, but they and so you can play with other players in the original storyline who are in those same areas. Oh, little chows! Hey, they're spooky, but they're cute. Or, yeah, I think they're called chows, right? Omo chow. Yeah. Ooh, rare. It was like, so the other storyline was more like a darker storyline, and so a lot of places were kind of like, I don't know if fucked up is the right word, but like, or the right phrase, but like, they were like, it was like areas would be raining and kind of like dreary and depressing, but in the main game, when you're playing the other characters, it'd be like super, bright and happy, and you could play together. It was fine. It was like the same areas. It just was visually very different, and like the music was completely different and all that stuff. I think the monster designs were all pretty much the same. I really like that aspect of it, and I think they added on a third layer to the story. So now it's a third layer to the story. So now I'm gonna be safe and use a Diamate. So now there's like another set of characters you can go through with, but I don't know, like most of the areas they were showing off were new areas. So I don't know if those are like a new. Oh, it's a watermelon bowl. We did it. We beat it. Chow. I want chow. I've been thinking a lot about like playing Sonic Adventure or something. I want to play a Sonic game. I've just been thinking about it. Just something I want to do. Watermelon Dillo, yeah. I didn't try to read his actual name. I don't know if it was in just like katakana or something. Whoops. But yeah, this game's still cool. Let me see if I dropped any frames. I don't know if I was saying it earlier in the stream, but I was trying to stream this yesterday, and I was having some issues when I was streaming on Thursday, where I was just dropping frames like crazy, and it was causing problems. And I had some internet trouble earlier that week too, so Oh, it's Nagisa. Hi. Well, that's Slim Jim Man talking, not Nagisa. Let's see if we see Slim Jim Man. Yeah, I have 0 frame drops right now, so it's good. Let's see if we can see Slim Jim Man. He has very tall hair, like the Slim Jim Man does. Okay. So yeah, maybe it was just like, hey, go do a side quest, and then we'll call you back. Maybe I should go buy some armor first. Let me see if there's a story quest, and then I'll go buy some armor. You were just doing the GBA Moss 2? Oh, Master Spirits 2? Oh yeah, I have Sonic Adventure 2, or Advance 2. Okay, no Story Quest yet. Okay, I have Sonic Adventure Advance 2 on Game Boy Advance, but I when I was a kid I didn't like it. I think I'd be more into it today, but it really depends. For me, with Sonic games, it really depends on the pacing of the game. I think Sonic 1... Oh, this is the Style Shop. How much money do I have? Do I have like enough to splurge on... Oops, wrong menu. I forget, this just tells me... Okay, I don't really have enough to splurge. Although I can probably see if I can equip new weapons. Excuse me. There's no element on that one though, but the damage is up overall. So Sonic Adventure 1 is very much just like a slow-paced platformer for me, even though like the entire time you're trying to hold left to stop moving. Despite it being, you know, the joke with Sonic games being, you know, oh, you don't want Sonic to go slow. Okay. I don't know if I can use that. I can't use that. I can use that, but it's level... Wait. Does that say... I'm level 7, I think. So I think that's saying I need to be level 50 to use that. That's kind of crazy. And then Sonic the Hedgehog 2 is like a very fast-paced game. You can hold right the whole time and you're like mostly fine. But then I keep saying Sonic Adventure. Sonic the Hedgehog 3, like, for me, that game is the original one, like base Sonic the Hedgehog 3. It's constantly start and stop, and it wants you to go fast, but then it also wants you to platform, and it has no way to like visually tell you what you're about to approach or anything like that. And so I have a lot of problems with that game because like they want you to go fast, and they're really pushing you to go fast, and if you go fast, you just die. Where I think the original Sonic the Hedgehog is kind of like that in some ways, but they always want you to die in Sonic the Hedgehog, the original Sonic the Hedgehog, where Sonic the Hedgehog 3, it's like there are periods where you can go fast and you'll be fine, but you just don't know when that period's going to end and you're suddenly just like thrown off a cliff or something like that. That's my biggest problem with like the original Sonic the Hedgehog. So like if Sonic Advance is like closer to like Sonic 1 or 2, I actually would be pretty into that. But I haven't like gone back to that game in years. Oh, this is... I need to get out of this place. This is... Let me get my fortune, and then let me get out of this cosmetics store. Plus 20% PP. Yeah, which is why I like Sonic Colors, because the pacing changes, like, the style of game you're kind of dealing with changes, but there's a visual tell that's happening because you're like switching between camera perspectives as you're going through. And when you roll to the side, it's very much like that platforming, you know, slow down platform, use your color sprites kind of thing, versus when you're behind Sonic in the 3D perspective, that's the go fast, just keep running like sections. And so you have this visual tell of when you're switching back and forth. And Sonic 3 doesn't have that because obviously it's a 2D game, so you can't switch between that stuff. But yeah, I haven't played Sonic and Knuckles though. So I can't say if that would be... Yeah, I could use some new armor. Like, look how much plus that is. That's a lot of plus. What is that? I don't know what any of these are. I'm guessing the top's defense, bottom's or middle's evasion. Don't know what those other two are. I'd have to go back and play PSP2 and see what these slots are, and like hold a menu up, or like take screenshots so I could look at it for reference. Okay, 40, 23, 60. Let's go with just the high defense, I think. What? Oh shit, am I high enough level to wear it? It's not in my inventory at all though. Did it go to my bedroom? Did I buy it? Did I press X because I'm a dummy? I spent money, I have less money, and I only spent 100 on the fortune. Let me go check my bedroom. Maybe I sent it to my my item box. My room, okay. Yeah, I liked it. Oh, hello. Sure. I liked it. No, it's not in my item box. Did I just buy something? Oh, did I buy a shield? Oh, wait, no. No, it's in my inventory. Is that currently equipped? Okay, this is currently equipped stuff. So I need to go to my here. Here we go. Okay, I'm just a dummy is what it is. I don't know what this is. It's a Padu Rimbo? Padu Rimbo? Is that what the heck this is? Padu Rimbo? Oh man, Japanese is... Oh, that's right, I can like wear different slots. And I like that it changes your little like lighting on your clothes. But yeah, I wish I liked Sonic Generations more. But I think it was just too much 2D gameplay. I think they had a nice balance, solid colors, probably like 30% 3D, 70% 2D. And I felt like Generations disrupted that balance in a way that wasn't great. I haven't played Lost Worlds yet, though. I would like to at some point. And I haven't played Sonic Unleashed and stuff like that too. So, no, I don't want to do the tutorial. Okay. I have armor on. I did not look at my other weapons yet either. So I'm gonna guess. Do I have a spare slot? Yeah, I do. Let me just throw those there for now. And I need to link a photon art to them. Okay. Thankfully, I'm familiar enough with this game that this isn't too much of a problem. Okay. This has... Oh, I need to buy Resta. I would like a mag on my offhand, too. Let me do that. Sorry, I know menu management is the most exciting thing to watch with these games. Oh, I like whips a lot. I forgot about those. That says I can use them at some point, it looks like. So, that's good. I don't know what my class can and can't use at this point, so. Okay, I don't see any mags here. Just shields. Let me see, is there... This looks like an item shop. That's his item shop. Item shop? Class. Oh, is this like skill points to level weapons? So I'm guessing I rank my weapons up? The shopping pieces just shave her ears. Who? Let me see who we're talking about. You mean the Beast Lady? I mean, I guess you have to keep your ears kept to some extent. I really want a mag. Okay. Well, knowing how I play these games, I'll definitely have to dual swords. Okay. I'll hold off on the rest of them though. Okay, well, I can't find any mags right now. How's my inventory doing? 40 out of 60. And let me go check the little wing, see if we get Nagisa cutscene. And if not, I might just go do another mission and then call it a night from there. Little wing. Oh man, let me see if I can get the Japanese voice for this lady. She doesn't look like she has an active cutscene right now. She does it. Her Japanese voice is crazy. She's like, "Hey, like that's just me making noises, obviously, but it's like very different than the French one. That's like "oui oui" in English. But I don't know. She has like some kind of accent, and it's kind of crazy to listen to. I never made a beast in this game, really. It would be nice. Nice to put time into it, but I wanted to play the Doomins, which the only weird thing about the Doomins is that they have eye patches. So, okay. This one has a mag drop. It's recommended level 8. Okay. Oh, this is this place again. Let me... Yeah, I figured the menu out. It's been probably a good, like, 4 more years since I played PSP2, so I'm surprised I remember a lot of these menu options. Can we go to Parum? No, let's not go to Parum. I hate Motube. Let's go to New Days. Oh, nope. Guess we're in Parum. This says level 25, but there's like a TV. And I want to know what this is. I'm gonna die immediately. But I just want to see if this is like a weird looking area. Okay, no, it's not. Alright, I was disappointed. Maybe I should go see if there's anything strange about it. But yeah, like to some extent, like this game, you come to this area and you're like, oh, yep, it's this video game. Oh, hey! It's, what's his face? His name Toro? Or something like that? The PlayStation... I forget what he was a mascot of. Some PlayStation mascot for something. I wonder if he's just gonna, like, brutally murder me. Nyambo? Okay. Oh, his name's Toto. Yeah. Did he ever do like the Vita Friends thing? I think he was in that like Vita thing where they like they just randomly give you friends on your friends list. And it was super cute, but I had to turn it off because I just ended up with like a ton of people I didn't know on my friends list. But yeah, like the first mission of this game is in New Days, and it's like that area that you've been to 30 billion times. And then you come back here and it's this area you've been to 30 billion times. and it's just... Oh, I'm a trash person because I play every one of these Phantasy Star games and enjoy them even though they're mostly the same. Like Phantasy Star... Pretty much since Phantasy Star Universe Ambitions of the Illuminus, I think it's called. It's been pretty much the same. This cat won't stop talking. Oh, you gave me a heart. Did he join my party? I'm gonna get killed by whatever shows up here. It said level 25. Oh, and then Kudo. Toto. I don't know if you can hear his little footsteps. They sound really silly. Alright. Don't kill me. This is not what I want to use, actually. Stay back. I should probably just leave. There's no way I'm going to survive even a single hit out of this. Go away! Oh wow! Oh, he's got a little Sato thing, or what is it called? Is that what it's called? Sato? From PSO? Yeah, it's really cute. It's like a little bird chirping every time he steps. It's like cheat, 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 cheat. We'll see how far I can get without dying. I doubt I'll finish this mission. I haven't tried going to see like how I can get the DLC for this game. I assume I'd probably have to download it on a PS3 and then import it to my PSP. I like how the chow stick in PSO has little like wah, wah, wah noise. I just realized I forgot to turn chat on, but it's too late. Or chat on the stream itself. So I probably won't make a VOD for this or anything. Or at least not promote it as a thing, because I'm just sitting here making sure this works. That seems like a nightmare, screaming Sega every time you attack. Excuse me. I'm still trying to get rid of this cough from being sick. This area seems weirdly open. I don't know if it's just because how they designed it, or if it's just because in the PSP games, you know, they are cutting out a lot more in the distance. Obviously, that stuff's going to load in as I get closer, but it doesn't feel like a standard level layout. Alright. Here's the part where I don't know what to do because the game was telling me stuff in Japanese. Okay. Well, there's this here. I don't see any. Okay. Just making sure there's no like answer he's looking for. We might be at the end of the line. In the single player, I got stuck in a part like this, and I could like look and see like a hidden switch or something. But I think this is the end of the line. I don't know what to do. Yeah, I probably shouldn't be playing this game, but I absolutely want to. So, we'll see. I have plenty I'm trying to beat. Still trying to beat Fatal Bullet. We'll get the true ending in Fatal Bullet. And, all that fun stuff. But, well, I guess that's probably it. I didn't see any drop frames. I have 0 drop frames, so hopefully my internet's fixed itself. Or maybe like I always expect some kind of level of, you know, mystery of how well the internet will work, but it was working or not working enough in a row enough times that I was a little concerned. And I'll be out of town Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Thursday when I get back to stream. Well, I don't know if I can be streaming yet on Thursday because family's in town. And it depends on what they end up doing. If they're, I think at the end of the day they're supposed to be kind of doing some other stuff that would not involve me, so I might come back, hopefully finish Yakuza. No, I'm not. I don't remember if I ever told you I moved to Las Vegas. About 2.5 years ago. I just I went back to Georgia to get some stuff at one point because I still have stuff in my mom's house, and then I have not been back since. And then so I was gonna go out this year, and I was gonna think about trying around the time of AWA or Dragon Con or something. I was thinking maybe Dragon Con because I've never been to Dragon Con before, and I don't really know a lot about it. And earlier, my grandfather on my mom's side passed away, and so she's going through a lot of stuff trying to get his she's trying to get his stuff sorted out, and it's just taking a lot of effort and time. So I don't want to intrude on her and like come in when she's trying to resolve a lot of stuff and be like, hey, let's hang out, because she was off of work for like a month because her dad lived up in North Carolina, and so she was up there trying to like sort things out and everything, get everything pulled together, and then so I don't want to take any more time away from her at work too. So I talked to her about this, and she seemed okay with it. She never really exactly said yes, but I was telling her, I was like, well, let me know how you feel about this, but she was just kind of like, yeah, that sounds about right. I told her I'd probably try to come out early next year. So we'll see. I don't know if there's any cons early next year. I probably won't come late next year because I'm hoping late next year to go to Comic-Cat, Winter Comic-Cat. That's the hope. But I still need to do the proper research to set all that stuff up. So I might go to Japan for that, and that'll be my first time going to Japan. I think you've been there before already. But I have not been. And I would like to go at some point in my life. I feel like if I'm going to go anywhere, it should probably be Japan. And yeah, because fuck Summer Comic-Con, it's like going to be so fucking hot. Like whatever. And then like I realized earlier this week, I was like, oh, you know what? I probably should have like gone for Tokyo Game Show or like set that as a goal. And I guess at this point I still could do that. But I feel like Tokyo Game Show, and like, admittedly it's probably not so much like all mobile games anymore, but I feel like Tokyo Game is just the safe choice, where if I wanted to like really go out of my way to like experience something new, I should probably go to Comic-Cat and see how that goes. I'd be going in probably later in the day so I don't get hit by the morning rush stuff, because that's my biggest fear. And like I always hear about how I want to try so hard not to get in people's way and not be rude and stuff, and like culturally rude, like in a way that I might not realize it, kind of thing. And that's like the number one thing I want to avoid if I go to Comic-Cat, and I just got to figure that out. I hear you're not really supposed to do much window shopping. You're kind of supposed to go in and know what you want and get out. But I kind of do want to look. I made her eye big, and like I actually don't like how it looks when it's close up, but when it's further away, because like you can barely see her eye, even so, like I prefer it to be larger when it's further away, just because like the resolution and stuff is so bad that you can barely see it. Also, I don't know if this was in PSP2, but they added boob physics at some point in the portable games. I don't think that was always there, but I've always played a guy, so admittedly, maybe I just didn't have a character close enough to really notice it. It's like a little bounce, it's like boing. So quality design. So yeah, thanks for coming. I really was just trying to test that stuff out, and it's helpful whenever I have somebody here. Oh, we're gonna talk to Nagisa, I think. Yeah, I was a guy in every Phantasy Star universe up till this point. Fragments of Disaster. I guess we're getting some story. If you want to stick around for some story, then we'll stop. 108 something. But yeah, I just was a guy most of the time. Oh, it's Slim Jim Man. There's Slim Jim Man. Jesus, Slim Jim Man. He's a god inside Nagisa, I think. So. I don't know. I always don't know. Like, part of me wants to hear the Japanese dialogue, but then also I have no idea what's being said. He's new. Nagisa and him are new characters. So what I try to do is I try to wait for the end of the first sentence and just advance the text at that point, so it doesn't sound like I'm cutting them off, but I know I'm cutting them off. It just makes me feel good about myself, I guess. And then you get that little part where it's like, oh, I cut it off too early, and then I feel bad about it. It makes me feel like I'm paying for the story, even though I'm not. What mobile games are you playing right now? I have a friend playing Grand Blue, and he wants me to play, but I have not pursued that route. I would like to play Grand Blue, but I would like to play a lot of video games. Oh, do they? Okay. It's not just me. Multicultural. I don't know if I've heard of Azure Lane. Is that a new Shipwise game? Not like Cancole? I probably have seen it at some point. I look at Japanese games a lot, but sometimes I don't know their names because the entire page is in Japanese, so I'm just like, eh. And I recognize them by their characters rather than their names sometimes. I do the same with anime all the time. It's like, oh, I know that anime when I see it, but yeah. I've seen Plain Girls. Oh yeah. I'm not surprised there's a lot of doujins of it, especially if it's popular. I'll have to look it up and see. I'm sure I've probably seen it before. And apparently Nagisa's gonna kill me. She has a gun blade. She's got like a revolver thing in there if you look at it. I'm thinking about playing Dragalia Lost maybe. Whoops. Also, like, the first cutscene in this game is the main girl from Phantasy Star Portable 2 calling this guy a pervert, which is, I'm like, yeah, that's about right. Yep. It's like, hey, I'm like, yep. Yep. I like video games. Yep. I forget, did you play Freedom Wars, Josh? Alright. Well, that was enough for me. I meant to go to my room, not the cafe. Hi, dude. I bought a Freedom Wars Doshinji that's in English, and it's pretty good. Well, okay, let me rephrase that. It's interesting, because it's like this tutorial character from the beginning of the game, and people fell in love with him apparently in Japan, and they wrote a bunch of fan fiction about him, and I'm like, this is pretty silly and great. I did not decide this room. They start you with this room. So Freedom Wars the game is, oh man, how to put it? Freedom Wars the game. This may be the best way. Is maybe the best, probably not the best way to start a conversation about Freedom Wars. The concepts and the base level polish for Freedom War is there. So basically, it's a Monster Hunter style game, and you know, obviously it's like a 50-50 split between melee weapons and guns, and you get your own accessory that you can look at. I'm like a new wave Twitch streamer, streaming myself in bed, but it's actually my character in bed. I think it was like Narcissa. She was streaming herself flipping in bed, and I think Twitch might have banned her at some point for doing that because it's not a video game. But it was actually her sleeping in bed, not, you know, her video game character. Anyways, so yeah, it's oh man, there's where to even start? Like, that game has a lot of really interesting ideas with like being able to use this like grapple hook thorn thing, and then all the grapple hooks have like a different like like I don't know what, maybe not element, but effect to it based off the type of class you are. So there's like a increased defense thorn where you can like increase each other's defense, and then you can also like put up barrier walls and stuff. You have the attack thorn that you can use to like bind foes, and then you have like a healing thorn which you can use to like shoot at your partners and heal them, and then also put up these things. We call it the Christmas tree. It's really just like a thorn like pillar that comes out of the ground, but we call it the Christmas tree because it's green. And so like you have this whole like thorn system that's in there, and then it also acts as a grapple hook, so you can grapple around, you can grapple onto the bosses, get on them, and like you have these like chainsaws, you can chainsaw their limbs off. And there's actually not a lot of enemy variety in the game, but a lot of the enemy variety comes from like each limb can have different weapons associated with it. So I'd say there's probably like 7 to 8 monsters total, so not that much, but each limb can have different parts and components on it that change how you fight that boss. Very grindy. Definitely, yeah, it's definitely a Monster Hunter clone. It's by the people who make God Eater, and Shift, the developers of God Eater. Shift, I would say their weakest point in all their games is that while they get to the point that the game plays well and feels polished, they never quite get all the way there. Something always feels just off. So it's like, it's a good game. It plays like, it mostly plays well. It's entirely playable. It's not like something where you have to like sit there and learn how to play it. It's basically, it plays well, but it doesn't play as good as like, I don't know if you're familiar with Tokiden 2, which is Tecmo Koei Omega Force made. That game is like a super polished Monster Hunter style game in a way that it's a super polished Monster Hunter style game, but in a form that's not Monster Hunter, because it's more like a fast action kind of game where you fight monsters, where Monster Hunter kind of has lockdown on slow action kind of stuff. Anyways, I think you'd like Freedom Wars, and it's, at least I don't know about now, but when I bought it, it was like $5 for a new copy. So it did not sell well in America, and they produced so many units of it. I think they really thought it was kind of Sony's last AAA Vita game that they put out, and I think they really decided to go all the way with it and like made a physical copy and put a lot of support in for it, and it just did not go anywhere. And I think probably the failure of that game might be why we don't see a lot of Vita support. I mean, it's obviously not the only reason, but I think it was kind of like a last line of defense of just like, let's see if we can get something going on this platform. And then after that, I don't think Sony published a single game after that. That wasn't like just a smaller title. So I think they're technically publishing that, yeah. Yes, play it on the PlayStation TV. It's a fantastic looking game. It looks like a PlayStation 3 game. It's crazy. It runs super smooth. I think there's 8 characters on screen at once most of the time, and then you also have 3 to 4 of those big monsters running around, and it doesn't drop any frames. It's crazy. I don't know how they did it. They must be doing some serious level of detail stuff that is very well optimized, because I couldn't tell even on a TV. It's not like something where you blow it up and it looks bad. It looks great on a PlayStation TV. No touchscreen stuff either, so you're perfectly fine. PlayStation TV is the best way to play that game, I feel like. But the biggest problem you're gonna have probably is just that game's old now, and there's not much of a online audience for it. So maybe there's some people still around, but I think most are probably done. I've played through the game twice already, so I'm probably not going back. I like it. I like it a lot. Tokiden 2 is a fantastic Monster Hunter clone too. It's that's also on Vita, but I'm not sure how the game runs on Vita. I played it on PS4, so. But yeah. Anyways, I should probably wrap it up. We were good for like an hour, so yeah. Thanks for coming again. Appreciate it. Always good to have somebody here when I stream, because it makes it so much easier than sitting there trying to talk to myself the whole time. So yeah. Enjoy AWA. I definitely won't be there, unfortunately, but I hope you do. I only went that 1 year in 2015, so yeah. Take pictures. Take pictures, post them on Facebook, tag me so I can probably forget to look at them. But, you know, I'll appreciate the sentiment. I don't know. I mean, the thing with like any convention for me is that Artist Alley is the #1 thing for me at those places. So really, you just have to know what's there before you can get it, or like get whatever it is. So, unfortunately, the convention scene out here is not great. So, which is a shame. It's pretty dry out here. We're in the desert, anime convention desert. Yay! So I'll be going to Portland Retro Gaming Expo hopefully though. I doubt you're going up there, but I plan to go there. So that's the intention at least. I have not bought tickets yet. I was trying to get apartment stuff sorted out, and then I ended up sorting it out by just not buying a new apartment. So yeah, we got a ton of fighting game stuff. Everything is esports, and the problem is I'm not big into fighting game tournaments. I should probably it's in Portland, Oregon. It's where Portland Retro Game Expo is, and it's in late October, I think. I'll have to double check. I can send you the website for it. The perfect convention for me because, you know, I like old video games. You know, Chris Kohler goes there, Steve Lane. Anyone who matters in the retro game community pretty much shows up there. You also get a lot of YouTube people, which, you know, they can be interesting. I've been to a few random YouTube people's thing there, and they've got some okay stuff going on. But yeah, it's a really neat show. But yeah, it's a long flight for you. So yeah, I'll send it to you though if you want to take a look at it. And then yeah, I should go to Evo at some point. I don't know when the tickets go on sale and how far ahead I need to buy them. Or I don't know if they're like, I don't know if it's like a pack situation where like the second the show's over, it's already on sale and sells out immediately. I wouldn't be surprised. But yeah, I should probably go. I would learn something new from going to an esports thing, I think that would be a very valuable experience to me, even though I don't really want to go. Or rather, like, my gut tells me not to go. Alright, I'll shut up. Have a good night, Josh.
In a gray every day, it's hard to see. So I go on even though it's a long shot from how it was.